Okay. Okay, welcome to this presentation. Um, Yesterday I presented the course and the course material. I gave an overview of that. There's no recording of this because we were in a room that doesn't have the recording equipment. But from now, I will record all the lectures and put it on my school. I'm using Google Hangout. They are saying that they will shut it down in the middle of September, but they have another one. They have some YouTube live stream or something, so we will switch to that. But I have posted the link, and I'm streaming this lecture now. So I posted the link on my school. And it's in the section there, sound recording. So today I will go through the first group assignment and then give you some of the material you need for doing that assignment. And the reading is chapter 9 from this book, Rapid Contextual Design. It's on personas. And they talk briefly also about scenarios. The user group analysis is from actually software analysis and design course, but I will go briefly through it too. So we didn't look at this yesterday, okay? So maybe we could start by looking at this. Just to give you like a hint of what we are talking about when we talk about user-centered design. Yeah. Okay. So what I find interesting in this video is that they managed to do a lot of things. They did it very iteratively. So they had the customers there and the team was there. It's really close, the communication between the users and the team. And they found, like they said, they found things that they hadn't thought about, and they managed to do more than they thought on these 5 days. It wasn't a complex system. It was quite a simple system. And they used 5 days, and they were many. So it takes time. But what I like is this that they are there from the first day gathering feedback from the users. So they didn't come only on the 5th day with a solution that they were suggesting. They were doing this all along. So this is why I wanted to show you this. This is really really user-centered development. And in the first assignment, you will actually do, you will follow your idea. They got this idea. I don't know how this started. If it was the sunglass planner or the company selling the sunglasses, if they contacted the company. But in your assignment now, you will just like get this great idea and then check if the users like it, if it's needed, and so on. And when in that process, it's really important to include the users, gather feedback, and check if you're on the right way. So what you're going to do in the first group assignment, you should gather ideas for software for users with special needs. And you work in groups of 3 to 4 students, and it's graded 10% of the final grading. What is decided is that you have to use these methods. You have to do user group analysis, personas, scenarios, visions, and this for W and H analysis. I sometimes call it context analysis. It's easier. So you should know both of them. And have you looked at the assignment? It's in my school. Nope. Right. Where is it? I had it open. If it's there. Oh. Okay. Open it again then. It's there in okay, so English here, and I have to do the student view. You have assignments and you have the group project here, and the description is here in the PDF. Okay. So this is the description. What you're supposed to do is that the main goal of the project is that you practice these five techniques that I ask you to do. And these are used to describe ideas of new product and the user characteristics for these ideas. And note that 15% of the grading is on the quality of the overall quality of the project. So how well do you work? How well does all this information fit together? How how well did you use the methods? Okay, so now this is a new thing. I'm trying to group the things that really are decided. So these are just clear, and then I'm telling you, I know that these are unclear. Okay. Because some students have been saying that the definition or descriptions of the projects I make are very unclear. I think some of it is because of the character of the projects. They are actually unclear because you are analyzing something that is unclear and you are working on making it, describing it, and so on. But I'm trying. I'm iterating. Okay, so these facts are decided. Is it too small for you to see, or yeah? Okay, you can maybe get a little bit like this. It's better. Okay. So the first thing, you should be in a group of 3 or 4 students, and there are some exchange students here in the course that haven't been at RU before. So please welcome them in your groups. Be nice to them. You would like other students to do that if you were an exchange student. So think about inviting them to your groups. Okay. What is also decided is that you should design new software to help users with special needs. So you have to think about, the first thing that you have to think about is actually what groups are users, what characterizes users with special needs. And you have to brainstorm user groups or groups of users having special needs. And like I said yesterday, special needs can be many things, actually. It doesn't have to be that you're blind or deaf or something like serious like that, but it could also be that you're just getting older, or you're very young that you can't read, or I don't know, has you have a dyslexia, and you function quite well, but you need maybe some some assistance. So you know, actually, all of us have something um, that makes us special. So I don't think this will constrain you in many, very much, but I think it's interesting to have have some user groups that you are really helping with this software. Okay, so that is the first thing. You and your team wants to design new software to help users with special needs. And to be able to do that, you need to analyze the user groups and describe those according to the information given in the lecture. I will do that later on. Uh, and um, and then you select as many user groups as there are students in the group. So 3 or 4 groups, user groups, and you work with those. So here we have a for loop in the fifth item here. For each of the user groups, you have to make, okay? So you make it 3 or 4 times, depending on how many students are in the group. One persona, we will go through what that is in a moment. You make 4 scenarios for each of the groups. So if you're 4 in the 4 students working together, it will be 16 in total. And you make a vision for a new software to support this persona in the future scenarios for each group, and then describe this contextual analysis for the vision, and then you're done for this with this. Yeah, and we will go through what this is in a moment. So the how you deliver the in the project, you should make a blog or like a web containing all the content. And we have been doing this twice now, both in this course in the spring 2015 and then also in December in another course, and it went fine. There were some students that had some problems with making the web, but I think that was like minor. It was only 1 or 2 comments about that. Mostly students liked it because it is a nice way to structure the things that you have and so on. In the 4th project, you will do a report. So you also have a little bit of variation of how you present your results or your projects to us, the teachers. Okay, so you make a blog, and then you make a PDF and deliver that in my school. And the PDF should include the names of all the students in the group, a link to the web, and an overview of the time spent in the project. And this is mainly for you to keep track if you want to do this again. When you come out in the industry, you want to do a persona, you would maybe like to check how long time did it take actually for me to write it. And of course you are learning, so this will maybe take you less time the second or third time around, but it's good to have some estimation about it. Okay, so the project is 10% of the final grading, and there is how we estimate each of the subjects, or different tasks in the assignment, and you have to hand it in on the 5th of September, so you have loads of time. The reason why I'm really pushing this is that I will only be available next week, and then I'm off to a conference, and I will answer emails and requests on Piazza, but I will not be here. So the issues that are deliberately unclear, and you have to define, are the exact user groups and descriptions of those. So you will have to find the user groups and that you want to, which you want to support further. You will have to define personas based on the user groups. And you will have to find ideas of new software to support the personas, and then define the context that you want this new software to be used in. So I know that this is what you have to explore yourself. Some questions here? Yeah. Timur. I'm sorry? Form groups. Okay, yeah, you could do that on Piazza if you like. Ask there, or just talk to people during the break, or I won't do it for you. So you have to find some people to work with. Yeah, so the question was, how are we going to form groups? Some other questions? Yeah, good question. Do we have to find users to work with? Okay, in this project, you will not have any direct contact with users, actually. So this is all made up. You think about user groups, you think about the persona, but in the next two, you will have to involve users. So it's good to think about groups that you have access to, actually, later on. Sometimes if you have a user group that has really special needs, and you find it hard to find 3 people with these special needs, you could maybe ask your friends. Imagine that you are in a wheelchair and you don't, you're not as movable as other people. So we could ask other students in the course or something to imagine this. Okay, but this is a good question. You will have to contact users in project 2 and 3, preferably having these special needs. Yeah, another question? Okay. Any other things you can think of? Okay. Let's go to the no. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this was the description. And what I have used when I'm making small webs like this is WordPress. I think it's very easy to use, but you can use whatever you like. Have you done webs yourself, or is this the first time? I'm sorry, you've done it? And what tool did you use? Word, WordPress. Okay. Yeah. Others? Okay. And which did you like better? Ah, okay. Okay. Square Squarespace. Squarespace is also recommended, but you have to pay for it. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about when you design a new software. Uh, there is this ideation phase, when we are really getting this idea, and uh, to work on that, we have to check out, we have to, yeah, do some research, we have to um, do some design of the concept, check the technical feasibility. We maybe do some workshops, and we review it with users. So there is this phase of like forming the idea, and when we are designing new software, we mainly have like three options. We could be incorporating new designs into something that is existing. So let's say that we have something that you do now manually, but we are doing a new software for doing it digitally. We could be improving something. We could say, well, the user interface of this is awful. We have to improve the design of this software now. But we could also be having like a brand new idea uh, that doesn't really have a workflow yet, or this could be like a an idea of a new game that hasn't been played before. We don't have uh, it's not like chess or something that where we have actually done it on the like a table game and are now moving it to digital form, but it's like a new idea of some game that hasn't been. And this is maybe the hardest thing to do, designing innovative devices or software. So then we really need to work thoroughly through the idea. And I just took this. I thought it was an innovative way of thinking about staircase here, having the steps floating like this and not all in line. So I was just when I think I got this when I googled innovative designs. Um, what I really like to think about is this double diamond process. So actually, this the first diamond is more about the idea, and there are loads of ideas in the world. So you will discover that you can get really many ideas for new software that you would like to work on further in project 2 and 3. And then how should you choose between those, and what is a good idea? That is the first diamond about actually mapping who's involved. That is the user group mapping that you are going to do. You're really exploring, okay, if I want to do a new software, I would like to help people. Which are the people, which are the groups that I could be doing software for? And then you have to start trying to understand their daily experiences, their needs, what software would really help them. and understand also consequences and influences. They say they're causal influences, like what affect these people, and identify some themes, and then you have like a clear idea. That's the red dot there in the middle. So first there's a like an ideation phase. You're exploring many different ideas, discovering and defining. And when you have a clear idea, you have a lot of different ways of solving this. So then we open up for new ways of solving how this could be designed. And often, like in software analysis and design, we start with the red dot. In the project descriptions, we tell you you are supposed to design a software that does this and this and this. So we haven't really explored the ideas. We've just, we've skipped the first one. We start there and start to explore all the different solutions that are possible to meet this goal. But in this course, we are starting on really the idea phase. So there's some text here explaining the steps. The first one is to discover the problem. Embrace this uncertainty by focusing on the people involved, and observe and try to describe their needs and wants. And then when we have this data, we try to understand why this is needed, and we conclude that this is the idea we want to go and evolve. And you will actually do that in the project. So you in project 1, you have 4 ideas. You have actually 4 visions of new software, different visions, one for each of the user groups. And then in project 2, you start to evaluate which actually is the best idea to go and design. So if we refer to this, you are in project 1, you're still in the first diamond. And in the second project, you are concluding which of the ones you want to go and design a solution for. And then in the third, you are iterating the solution. You all look very puzzled. Do you have any questions, or is it all clear? Okay, good. Yeah, so in the third and the fourth, you are really developing the ideas, you are gathering solutions. One of my maybe favorite example about this is that if you know that you want to identify yourself, okay, you have a system, you know that you would like to identify which user is there. You have like a line of ways to do this. You could have a login page having a username and a password. You could ask the user to identify with an eye scanner, with the fingertip, with, there are like maybe not million, but there are a bunch of different ways, solutions to this goal of identifying. You see? So, no, sorry. So if the goal, the red dot there in the middle is to identify, you have like really many different solutions, and you have to find which one fits your solution for fits your software in the second diamond there. I would like to show you another video here.
South Korea isn't the market. Tesco has been evolving itself, adjusting to the local market. It didn't change the name itself from Tesco to Home Plus. And at last, it grew to rank number 2 in Korea. But Tesco had to overcome one obstacle: fewer number of stores compared to the number 1 company, Emo. Mission: could we become number 1 without increasing the number of stores? We made an in-depth study into Koreans once more. Koreans are the second most hardworking people in the world. For them, grocery shopping once a week is a dreaded task. So we decided to approach these busy, tired people. Idea: let the store come to the people. We created virtual stores, hoping to blend into people's everyday lives. Our first try was subway stations. Although virtual, the displays were exactly the same as actual stores, from the display to the merchandise. Only one thing was different: they used smartphones to shop. Scan the QR code with your phone, and the product automatically lands in your online cart. When the online purchase is done, it will be delivered to your door right after you get home. People can relax more after work and on weekends.
실제로 보면서 사니까 진짜 좋은 것 같아요. 편하니까.
Result: people can shop at Tesco Home Plus wherever they go, without having to visit the actual store. Moreover, we could change their waiting time to shopping time. After this campaign, online sales increased tremendously. Through this campaign, 10,287 consumers visited the online Home Plus mall using smartphones. The number of new registered members rose by 76%, and online sales increased 130%. Currently, Home Plus has become number 1 in the online market and is a very close second offline.
So why do you think this was so successful? Yes. Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons Koreans are busy. Some other comments? Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, I think that is one of the reasons. But I think the whole idea, I think everything has to fit together. So I think, yeah, the fact that it's on subway station, the fact that it's similar to the stores, the fact that it's delivered to your home, there are many things, but one of the fundamental things is also that it has to be easy. I'm really sure about that. So we have to think about all these different things, the whole experience. Yeah, comment. Yeah, right. This was good because they are using the wasted time. Yeah. But I don't know what happens if then your train comes and you have to leave, and of course this is a video from them, so they don't see the problem, don't show the problems people have. It was actually quite funny to see the difference in some of the videos. I sometimes had that as a Google Class example, and showing the video of how Google explained it and how it would be, and then people making jokes about it, how it could also be, the problems you could have, and so on. These were like really two different views. So, but I think the fundamental thing here is to think about what do people need, what do they, how is the whole experience. Let's take a break now, and we'll come back 10 minutes past 11. Ha.